Hey guys, it's Nick, and who likes a little bit of chaos? Well, this is a little bit of chaos if you ask me when it comes to the NHL draft lottery that occurred last night. The Detroit Red Wings were the team that had the highest odds on winning the first overall selection. Well, they moved down to the fourth overall pick. Ottawa is the closest to having the highest odds because they actually had two top three picks where they were sitting with the fact they had the San Jose Sharks selection and they were horrible this year. And then they had their own pick where the Senators were sitting at the second overall pick. Well, the San Jose pick stays at third overall. The Ottawa Senator pick moves down to fifth overall. Then that means the LA Kings moves up into either 1 or 2. Well, I have to say this. 1 or 2 is happening where LA will be selecting the second overall pick. So you're maybe wondering why I'm saying a little bit chaos if you didn't see the draft lottery. Well, the first overall selection belongs to a team in the qualifier round. Yes, they will have a second NHL draft lottery for the teams that lose the play-in rounds for going into the Cup playoffs. So, for instance, if the Blackhawks lose to the Edmonton Oilers, which it could happen, but I would like to see some playoff hockey, but if that means the Hawks have a chance in getting the first overall selection or staying in the top 10 of the draft, I wouldn't mind it. Because last year we were sitting at the 12th overall pick and we moved up 9 spaces. Well, this year, how the draft lottery went, we're sitting at the 10th overall selection at this point. Wouldn't it be funny if the Hawks lose the play-in round, but win the lottery and move up 9 spaces to draft first overall? A little bit of chaos right there, right? The last time the Hawks drafted first overall was the pick that led to number 88, Patrick Kane. And the year before, they drafted at third overall, where they drafted number 19, Jonathan Toews. Just imagine if all lines parallel where the Hawks do lose to the Oilers, they go into the draft lottery, win the draft lottery, they move up 9 spaces, and pick at number 1, because last year we moved up 9 spaces when the draft to get the third overall selection that led to number 77, Kirby Dach. Imagine something where this comes up, where the Hawks move up 9 spaces last year to get Kirby Dach. They lose the play-in round this year, go into the draft lottery, win, move up 9 spaces, and get Alexis Lafreniere. Alexis Lafreniere is probably the gimme for who's going first overall this year. He seems to be everyone's opinion where he will be going first overall. That's how good Lafreniere is in this draft. When this draft is actually pretty deep from top to bottom, it feels like, for the first round. So, and if the Hawks do lose to the Oilers, don't win the draft lottery, they have a potential in drafting still a cornerstone of a good piece. And I would like to say a goalie. Yeah, you never really see goalies go in the top 10, but their top prospect goalie has been projected to go in the top 10 around 10th or so in the draft. I wouldn't mind drafting him. His name's Askarov. He's played in the KHL, and he's played great. And now he's a top 10 prospect. If the Hawks could lose to the Oilers, win the draft lottery, that means Lafreniere is a Blackhawk, pretty much, kinda. Or if they lose to the Oilers and lose the draft lottery, they have the number 10 overall selection in the 2020 NHL draft, where they could potentially pick Askarov if that happens. Because anything can go haywire in a draft where, like, if Askarov gets drafted a little bit higher, there's still other players out there to pick. This draft lottery leads to chaos. We get to see a second draft lottery to determine the first overall selection. And I think this is something interesting to see, because I was hoping for some Blackhawk playoff hockey, but now, little bit of shifting over where I kind of want to see a top 10 pick with the Hawks, but I kind of want to see playoff hockey. I don't know where I sit. It's kind of chaos, but I have to say, this was unexpected. A team that could contend for the Stanley Cup could potentially win the first overall selection if they lose to the play-in round, and they could have a chance in winning the Stanley Cup. A little bit of chaos, but I know it will be something to see when the next draft lottery will be held. And I want to hear what your thoughts are about this, because it's insane that the NHL draft lottery is leading to a second draft lottery to get the first overall selection of a team that loses in the play-in round. I guess we could call the losing teams of the play-in rounds playing for the Lafreniere Cup. If that's it, it's going to be insane. So I want to hear what your thoughts are about this, because it's chaos in my opinion. And thank you for watching the broadcast. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Marian Josep's a Hall of Famer. And most of all, let's go Hawks!